In a suburb of Tokyo, Japan, Kazuko Shirashi, a 32-year-old office clerk, was hiding in the bathroom at work. She was crying soundlessly so her colleagues wouldn't notice. Kazuko had been diagnosed with major depressive disorder. Her illness had already ruined her marriage, and she was now fighting to keep her job.
I had failed as a housewife. I could not fail as an employee too. That would mean you are nobody.
But the symptoms grew stronger. Suddenly, she was unable to see color, and then to taste or smell. With her senses shutting down, she longed to let go entirely.
I was split in two. I wanted to survive, and I wanted to escape from the suffering.
Kazuko lost her job and had to move back home with her mother. According to the World Health Organization, depression is one of the most common severe mental health problems and the leading cause of disability worldwide. Why should more than 350 million people in the world have to live with depression? The underlying cause of depression is still unknown. A reduced level of the neurotransmitter serotonin has been a focus of much research, but other neurotransmitters are also involved. People with depression may experience feelings of sadness and anxiety, unexplained aches and pains, suffer from poor quality of sleep, lack of interest and energy, and experience cognitive dysfunction, such as concentration difficulties, indecisiveness, and forgetfulness. These are symptoms we all experience from time to time, but for people with depression, they last several weeks, months, or even years. Consequently, people who have depression may have trouble holding on to their jobs, studies, family lives, or even social contacts. At its most serious, depression can lead to suicidal thoughts and self-harm. Suicide results in more than 800,000 deaths every year. That's more than one suicide every minute. Why should suicide be the second leading cause of death in 15 to 29-year-olds? Depression can hit anyone. In most countries, 8 to 12% of a population will experience depression during their lifetime. People having an acute depressive episode experience cognitive dysfunction more than 90% of the time, causing significant impairment in work function. In the US alone, depression at work costs employers $44 billion every year. In the EU, the estimated annual cost of depression is 54 billion euros. The future still holds many challenges for the treatment of depression. Fewer than half of those affected receive effective treatment. This is mainly due to lack of resources, lack of trained healthcare providers, and social stigma often associated with depression. But why should almost 80% of people living with depression experience discrimination? Fighting stigma is critical. If we don't, many people with depression will fail to acknowledge that they are ill and won't seek the treatment they need. Of the people who do receive treatment, 1 in 2 fails to have an adequate response to the medicine. There is an urgent need for more effective therapies with faster onsets.
The rapid technological development continues to provide us with new research tools. These tools have given us a detailed insight into brain function and what happens when people become depressed. The more we study the brain, the clearer it becomes that depression is a very complex disease that we still don't fully understand. We therefore need to collaborate closely with other researchers on a global scale if we are to be successful. At Lundbeck, we have initiated multiple research collaborations in which we are working hard to understand the underlying biology of depression. It is our aim that this will lead to new and improved therapies.
Lundbeck is fully dedicated to improving treatment for people with depression. We continue to increase our knowledge of depression and share it with others. We build awareness, fight prejudice and stigma, and help to make treatments available to those who need them. Our aim is to help improve the quality of life for people like Kazuko.